Childhood. It should be a time of dreaming, of aspiration, of hope. But every day, millions of children around the world face a bleak future. In most third world countries, many children live at the poverty level, going without food, water, healthcare, and education. But right here, even in prosperous countries, there is also a growing number of children who do not have their basic needs met. Around the world, nearly 11 million children living in poverty die every year.
You know, there's no limit to the needs for children in all areas of this country, even a prosperous country. There are areas where there's a great need. Children need help. They need help financially. They need help emotionally.
Experts say the problem is also compounded when children are born with special needs and require special care and treatment.
The special need is really a difficult thing to explain because emotionally you can't see someone's physical problems. No, they look fine, but in here they may have a lot of problems. But usually it's the whole family that share this. And I think with the way I look at special needs, I look at the family because the family is all special. And if you create and work with the family, and if the family is good enough to share that problem with you, collectively it can usually be solved.
One of the keys to meeting the needs of underprivileged children is to provide them with financial and support resources. Variety, the children's charity, is dedicated to promoting and protecting the health and well-being of all children. Through a network of 43 chapters in 13 countries, the nonprofit organization reaches communities throughout the world to offer assistance and services to children and works indirectly with organizations that serve children with special needs.
We support children's hospitals, medical facilities, research facilities. We have a program called Kids on the Go, the mobility program, where we fund individual families and children with wheelchairs, mobility bikes, therapeutic strollers, and then we also very much fund educational programs for children.
For more than 80 years, Variety has been raising essential funds for the care and support of disadvantaged, physically challenged, sick, and needy children around the world. To date, the organization has raised more than $1.5 billion and hopes to become the world's leading charity to improve the quality of life for children everywhere.
You know, the history of Variety, the children's charity, is fascinating. Back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, many years ago, there was a group of gentlemen got together and they were in all facets of the entertainment business, theater managers and nightclub owners and so on, and they would meet in the Sheraton Theater after midnight when all the shows closed down, and they would have a little club and they'd sit around and play poker and have sandwiches and so on. And they called themselves the Variety Club because of the variety that they were in, the various variety of entertainments. And one night, on a Saturday night in Pittsburgh, when all the people at the Sheraton Theater had left the movie house, an usher discovered a baby sitting in one of the seats. It's wrapped up in the clothes with a little letter attached to it, and it said, in fact, it said, "This is my daughter, Catherine. We have so many other children, we can't take care of her. Maybe you people in the theater business, the show business, who have big hearts, will look after this child." And that started not only Variety for fun, but Variety for children. Then they had their fundraising, and then they had other cities came along and said, we should do the same thing.
The charity cares about the kids. They really want to help out the community. It's about what they present to the community once the kids come out. They really want to develop them into good members, positive role models for everybody else who's growing up, other generations.
Like any charitable organization, the work Variety does to help children around the world would not be possible without the generosity of individuals and corporations who donate their time and resources.
The money raised here stays here. So if you are donating to Variety in Southern California, in New York, you know that the money you're donating stays in that community to help children.
We don't have big overheads, and because of that, we have a lot of hands-on, a lot of voluntary helpers, and this saves a huge amount in costs, so we want to give the money to the children.
Variety strives to make a lasting difference in the lives of children, families, communities, and the world, one need at a time. By supporting and giving to this important cause, Variety can continue its positive and life-changing work.
There are so many stories connected with Variety, and having spent my whole life in Variety, I could fill hours and hours with individual stories. But to see a child recovering from a heart surgery in some third world country, the child would never have a chance to survive if it weren't for the teams that we send down there. To see a child in your own local area going to your hospital, getting specific assistance, a camp for handicapped children. Children don't get a chance to go to camp very often because camps are for healthy children. So in a community where you can do something for the underprivileged or the handicapped child, that's a blessing.
To make a donation or to find out more about Variety's charity projects, visit varietychildrenscharity.org, dedicated to improving the lives of children around the world.